What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another H1Z1 survival guide video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing all kinds of things, including how to make a furnace, how to make a makeshift hatchet, wooden spear, combat knife, machete, and a bunch of other things. So in order to make a lot of these things, you need scrap metal. And scrap metal can be gathered via a crowbar and just whacking at a car or something like that until you get a bunch of scrap metal. Now, I've already gathered a bunch. I don't know if I have enough to make everything, but I have gathered quite a bit of stuff. I've already made a makeshift hatchet, but I'm just going to kind of run through the list of crafting materials and things that you need in order to make a lot of these things. First and foremost, you need a furnace, and a furnace can be made with 8 scrap metal and a metal bracket, and a metal bracket can be made with 1 scrap metal. So you can craft these if you have scrap metal. You just need to discover it first, but then once you have it and you have 8 scrap metal, you can make a furnace. And then once you have a furnace, you place it down, you light a furnace by putting some kind of material in it that will allow like some fuel, and then you can see ignitable one contains wood or charcoal, and then you just need to light it. So I have a lighter and I have a bow drill, and you can ignite it that way. So to make a makeshift hatchet, we need to simply take 1 wood stick and 1 scrap metal to make a makeshift hatchet, and then you don't have to go looking for a hatchet or an axe. You just have one. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy to make a makeshift hatchet, because you do have to have that scrap metal first and foremost, and so usually you have to have a crowbar or loot it off of somebody or something like that, and then you can make a makeshift hatchet. Now, the next thing that I'm very interested in talking about is a combat knife. A combat knife might not seem to be all that effective right away, but you can use it really quickly. It's good. It's get a decent durability, but I just like the fact that you can use it very quickly and get a lot of headshots with it very, very quickly. So in order to make a combat knife, you need 1 metal sheet and 1 wood stick. But in order to make a metal sheet, you need 2 metal bars. And this is where the furnace comes into play, because in order to make metal bars, you need scrap metal in a furnace. And then once you have that, you get a metal bar, and then once you have enough, you can make a metal sheet and proceed from there. Now, I already have a bunch of metal sheets, so I don't have to worry about doing that, but if you wanted to go through the whole process, it actually does require you to gather quite a bit of scrap metal, or you can find a furnace at like some campsites. So you don't necessarily have to make it if you're in a certain area, but you know, you might have to go to a big city in order to get a lot of those things. So combat knife is just a metal sheet and a wood stick. I have those, so we're just going to go ahead and craft that. In order to make a machete, you actually need 2 wood planks and 2 sheet metal, and since I have those, I can just go ahead and make those. Now, I personally like the machete because it is pretty good in my opinion, and I've had some pretty good times using the machete, especially against zombies. So the next thing we want to talk about is a wooden spear, and wooden spears are actually pretty fun because you can use it as a melee weapon, or you can throw it, and it's a lot of fun to use. And I actually have seen some pretty awesome like long distance shots, specifically from Lyric in a stream with a wooden spear, and it was pretty fun to watch. But as you can see, we need a branch and a metal shard, so your branch is coming in handy now that you get a dozen of that. It's kind of annoying that you have so many of once you're looting all your berries, and a metal shard. So in order to make a metal shard, you can see we just need 1 scrap metal, and so then once you have a metal shard, you can actually discover a lot of different things with the metal shard. And but I'm gonna specifically talk about weapons for right now. Now, another thing that you can make is a hammer, and a hammer is a metal bar and 1 wood stick. This can be used as a weapon or to repair damaged structures. So hammers are very important, and they're very useful in just your daily survival. Now, another thing you can make is a wrench, and this can be used to repair vehicles or used as a weapon. So this requires 2 metal bar and 1 stick to make this. So you can see how the furnace comes in handy, because you do need metal bars for a couple of these different things. And so with all those things being covered, I'll have to talk about some of the home defense and different things like that in a later video. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and leave off right there with all those different melee weapons and different things that you can make out of scrap metal, essentially, and metal sheets and metal shards. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please click that thumbs up button below. Feel free to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.